Good morning to you all. It's my privilege to be in front of you today and present here my remarks on the occasion. The production sector has significance for the government of Somaliland, and it is comprised of livestock, fishery, and agricultural subsectors. The complex and multi-sectoral nature of food security and other broad national development goals enshrined in the National Development Plan can be effectively addressed through intersectoral action. The high level of food security and the other prevailing social development barriers can only be tackled through joint and coherent endeavors guided by context-based and coherent strategy. The multi-sectoral nature and sheer complexity of these development goals should be recognized in overarching development policies and strategies. According to the prevailing method, the underlying determinants of sustainable development objectives are normally tackled separately by different sectors, with programs derived from separate institutions, by government ministries, international donors, and non-governmental organizations with separate resources, frameworks, and approaches at the basic level. A lack of coordination across various sectors and stakeholders can cause of disjointed and duplicated policy actions. That can be serious impacts on management of land resources, implementation of the National Development Plan, and consequently on food security and nutrition. However, a new way of doing business that integrates agriculture, livestock, forests, trees and water, and sectors connected to each is essential if we are going to meet the growing demands of food and energy tomorrow. That's one good lesson which NDP3 team need to consider as they do plan the national priorities and policies on realizing sustainable development. The government can play a key role in guaranteeing food security by making use of evidence-based knowledge that spans across individual sectors. We need to be aware of the significant knowledge that exists, and we also need to understand and optimize it. Production sector has the potential to improve food security and malnutrition through the production of food for consumption or income, through improved sensitivity to the role of research institutions in the sector, which can be divined to be a growing stage, through modulation of food prices, of the quality of foods available, and through general agricultural and economic growth. However, a single sectoral approach with a focus on production of quality has many shortcomings with dramatic environmental consequences and policy harmonization. For example, if the Ministry of Livestock and Fishery produces tax exemption policy for fishery exports and imports, and the ministries under the economic sector produce the opposite, it is leading to mandate confusion and discouragement of the general public and innovation. Again, if the Ministry of Agriculture accepts unplanned land use for agricultural cultivation without considering land use policy options, land clearing for cultivation of food crops, leaves of the trees, and rich grazing lands and inhabitants for livestock. That is required mindset and national level. At national level, Therefore, if one looks only at within the agricultural sector, one will not see that trees play a fundamental role in almost all Earth's ecosystems and provide a range of benefits to rural and urban people. Landscapes without trees can quickly erode. Water is also an area where a better intersectoral planning and coordination is needed. Therefore, I feel important that we reevaluate the makeup of our sector, approach pillar on our sector approach, pillar approach, and reconsider one system that harmonizes the intersectoral policies of the relevant institutions. A system that has coherence, complement, and each other with structured coordination, communication, and interaction approach can only tackle the high rate of food insecurity, poverty rate, and thus we can effectively realize the projected outcome of national development plans and prevailing strategies at sector and pillar levels. A single-handed effort does not produce desirable results. That's one of the reasons we do hold such a coordination event, to bring government ministries and stakeholders together, and I think will shed light to the right roadmap for the preparation of the strategies and mid-term development plan. The experience, success story, and the way forward are attached to my remarks for further reading. Thanks to you very much. Assalamu alaikum.